Good morning and happy Friday, everybody. Thanks for joining us for the Facebook live stream News 5 Now at 8 o'clock. I'm Shimani Baker. We are keeping an eye on a number of stories for you this morning, including some good news for TikTok users. We've got more information about some dogs that were rescued from a home in Trinity Gardens back in May. Those dogs have actually been returned back to the home where the abuse happened. We'll tell you why that is happening. There's also word on why there will not be a new gateway at Pensacola Beach. We've got those stories and much more. Stick with us now. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Well, we always start off the morning with our big stories. Number 5 today, President Donald Trump has extended the deadline to enforce the nationwide ban on TikTok for another 90 days. Yesterday, he signed an executive order granting a third extension to give the platform's China-based parent company more time to sell the popular app. More than 170 million Americans use TikTok, and I'm a part of that number. Number 4, a Mobile County public school teacher accused of giving alcohol to a 4-year-old student is asking for a bond amendment so that she can take a vacation to the Bahamas. Tracy Walker's attorney filed the motion saying the trip was already scheduled prior to her arrest. Walker is currently out of jail on bond after being arrested last month for allegedly giving the little girl alcohol at school. She was rushed to a hospital with a blood alcohol level of nearly 0.3. Walker pleaded not guilty to child abuse and is scheduled for a hearing on that bond motion on Wednesday. Number 3 this morning, Escambia County Commissioner Ashley Hoffberger says there will be no new gateway to Pensacola Beach. If you remember, a couple of weeks ago, we showed you the options for the gateway. I think there were 3 options that you could go vote for, but now that's no longer. Hoffberger says $1.5 million in state funding was actually removed last Friday, requiring revisions to the plan. So now the project will focus on installing an electronic toll system and improving the roads and sidewalks at a cost of nearly $7 million. Number 2, 30 dogs will be returned to a man accused of abusing them. City of Mobile Animal Services is complying with an order that was signed by a municipal court judge. The order requires the dog's owner, Marcus Nod, to make sure each dog is properly vaccinated, taken care of, and will allow the city to monitor the dogs for a year. The animals were removed from a home on Carter Avenue in Trinity Gardens on May 6th. The city says more than 100 criminal charges are still pending against Nod. And number 1 for us this morning, a Pensacola man is dead after a confrontation with sheriff's deputies inside a fast food restaurant in Escambia County, Florida. Deputies say they were alerted that a man they were looking for was at the Arby's on Highway 98. 37-year-old Daniel Lewis Hayes was wanted for aggravated assault and domestic battery. Deputies say when they confronted him in the parking lot, he ran inside the restaurant, jumped over the counter, and grabbed a knife. Ignoring pleas to drop the weapon, they say he moved toward 3 deputies with that knife and was shot and killed in return. All 3 deputies have been placed on paid administrative leave. I'm going to move things over to our question of the day today, which is, how do you give back to your community? Good question. Let's see what people are saying in the comments. Someone says, I volunteer at the nonprofit organization South Bay Nightmare Haunted House, whose proceeds fund coats for kids, toys for tots, and a year-round food pantry. That's awesome. Absolutely love that. Started a nonprofit that teaches youth how to fish. Shauna, am I too old to sign up? I love that. That is awesome. Someone says volunteering in the band boosters programs and other activities in our town. Our church goes to the nursing home and sings hymns, and we do a devotion. I like that. Someone says, does putting on the first improv comedy festival in Alabama count? Absolutely. We are planning on offering low or no cost improv workshops for the community. That's amazing. I love the arts. So bringing that low or no cost classes to the community is wonderful. Engaging with the arts can be amazing and an amazing outlet for creativity and community. I completely agree with that. Congratulations to you all for doing that. Someone says, just be a good person. Don't let trash blow out of your truck. Buy local. Stop and help anyone you can. Learn how to use the four-way stop. Don't tailgate. I love that. That was a good response. What do you do for your community? If you're watching live, we'd love to hear from you. Just comment below and I will read your response out loud. Let's move over to our poll for today, which is, should the U.S. get involved in the Iran-Israel conflict? What are your thoughts? Let's see what people are saying. 119 people say yes, and 465 people say no. Well, I will say this. My brother, if you all have heard me talk about him many times, he is a Marine. He just graduated the day before Thanksgiving, so he's fairly new. They are on standby, so I am wishing him the best, whether they go or not, praying for their safety, anybody who may be deployed out that way. And so, yeah, that's all I can say is I hope they're safe if we do end up going to Iran. Again, we thank y'all so much for joining us this morning. Make sure you head to our Facebook page and like and subscribe to the page first, and then chime in on the questions and polls of the day, and we will share your responses right here on News 5 Now at 8 o'clock. Today is also our parent company Nextstar's Founders Day of Caring. What we do every year during this time is we will go do a community service project. And if you followed along with News 5 for a while, you know that we always partner with Feeding the Gulf Coast. So today, our News 5 team will be heading out to the warehouse over in Theodore and in Milton, Florida, to sort through the food that you all donated to our Stock the Pantry food drive. So thank you so much for that. We collected over 12,000 pounds of food. That's over 10,000 meals for families across the Gulf Coast. And today we will be sorting through that food. We appreciate y'all so much, and thank you for everything you've done to help us with our mission in getting children fed throughout the summer months. Thank y'all again for joining us for News 5 Now. Have a great Friday and an even better weekend. I'll see you back here next week. Bye, y'all.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers.